Let's talk about money, the kind that hits your account, the kind you wait for at the end of every month, hoping it'll be enough to cover everything. It's that moment when your phone buzzes with a notification, and for a split second, you feel a rush of relief. You've worked hard and now finally your efforts are rewarded. For a brief moment, you might even feel like you've made it, like you're finally on top of things, able to treat yourself or your loved ones, or maybe just breathe a little easier. But for millions across Europe, that sense of security is fleeting, almost like an illusion that vanishes as quickly as it appeared. The reality is, many people are living paycheck to paycheck no matter how impressive their salary might look on paper. High salaries can be deceiving. Sure, the numbers might seem big, but after taxes, rent, groceries, and all the little expenses that add up, many are left wondering where it all went. People are still budgeting for groceries, dreading the arrival of utility bills and feeling the pressure to make every euro stretch. Here's the paradox. Earning more doesn't always mean feeling more secure. In fact, sometimes the more you earn, the more you notice how quickly it disappears. The cost of living, especially when it comes to housing, is eating up paychecks faster than ever before. Rent and mortgage payments have skyrocketed, leaving families and individuals scrambling to keep up. Whether you're living in Berlin, Rome, Warsaw, or any other major European city, the story is strikingly similar. Housing costs are rising much faster than incomes, and it's becoming harder for people to get ahead. Even those with high-paying jobs aren't immune. Many high earners find themselves anxious, worried about the future, and wondering if their financial stability is just an illusion. So why do big salaries feel so small? Why does it seem like no matter how much you make, it's never quite enough? The housing crisis is squeezing everyone, from young professionals to families and even retirees. People are protesting, moving, and making tough choices just to keep a roof over their heads. And it's not just those on lower incomes. Many well-paid professionals are feeling the pinch too. The pressure is everywhere, and it's reshaping what it means to be comfortable. Even the ultra-wealthy aren't completely shielded. With more money comes more responsibility, more stress, and sometimes even more financial headaches. In 2026, a bigger salary doesn't guarantee a better life. The European paycheck paradox is real, and in this chapter, we'll uncover why so many are feeling the squeeze, no matter how much they earn. Wondering where your money goes? Start with your rent or mortgage. Across Europe, more than a quarter of people with decent jobs struggle to pay for housing each month. This isn't just a big city problem, it's everywhere, and it's hitting the middle class hard. In Germany, most people rent and face constant uncertainty. In Romania, even with high home ownership, those with mortgages still struggle. The result? Less money for savings, retirement, or even enjoying life. The promise that hard work leads to a comfortable home is being broken. High salaries are swallowed by housing costs, leaving people living paycheck to paycheck. The reality, a good income is no match for an out-of-control housing market. Renters are at the sharpest end of the crisis, often paying more than homeowners, but with zero stability. In Poland, nearly 60% of renters struggle to pay each month, a majority, not a minority. The rental market is a high-stakes competition, with tenants forced into bidding wars and endless paperwork. Landlords hold all the power, raising rents and offering little security. Many renters are professionals who, in another era, would be homeowners by now. Instead, they're stuck paying someone else's mortgage, unable to save for their own. The result? A two-tier society, those who bought early and those left behind. For renters, a high salary just means you can afford to stay trapped. Homeownership used to mean security. Now, it's just a different kind of stress. Many recent buyers are stretched thin by massive mortgages, vulnerable to even small interest rate hikes. Costs don't stop at the mortgage. Taxes, insurance, and repairs add up fast. Inflation makes every fix more expensive, turning small problems into financial crises. Homeowners are often house-rich but cash-poor, with little left for savings or fun. The dream of owning a home has become a source of anxiety, not comfort. On paper, they're building wealth. In reality, they're just as squeezed as renters. The castle has become a gilded cage. For first-time buyers, the dream of homeownership is slipping away. What was once considered a rite of passage for young adults is now a distant hope for many. The excitement of searching for a first home is often overshadowed by anxiety and uncertainty as the reality of the housing market sets in. Even with good jobs and stable incomes, young people find the property ladder out of reach. Prices and required deposits have soared far beyond what most can afford. The cost of living continues to rise, making it even harder to save for a down payment, let alone keep up with monthly mortgage payments. Many spend years saving, only to watch house prices climb faster than their savings can grow. The sense of frustration is palpable, as each year the goal seems to move further away. In the Netherlands, it's now much harder to buy a first home than just 5 years ago. The competition is fierce, with more buyers than available homes, and bidding wars have become the norm. Family help isn't a bonus anymore, it's a necessity, deepening inequality. Parents and grandparents are often expected to step in, but not every family has the means to offer support. If your parents can't help, your chances are slim, no matter how hard you work or how much you save. The system feels rigged against those without inherited wealth. Even those who manage to buy are paying more for less, smaller spaces, farther from city centers, and often in need of costly renovation. The dream home is replaced by compromise after compromise. The myth of meritocracy is shattered. Inherited wealth is the new key to home ownership. The gap between those who have family support and those who don't is growing wider every year. Buying a first home now feels more like a financial trap than a milestone. For many, the journey is filled with stress, disappointment, and the realization that the system is stacked against them. The idea of a forever home is fading fast. What was once a cornerstone of adulthood, a place to settle, grow roots, and build a future, now feels out of reach for many. The dream of finding that one special place to call your own, to raise a family and create memories, is slipping away in today's world. Today's buyers see their first property as a temporary stop, not a destination. Instead of picturing a lifetime in one home, most are forced to think short-term, always planning for the next move. The excitement of home ownership is often overshadowed by the knowledge that this is just a stepping stone, not the finish line. Stretched finances and high transaction costs make moving up the ladder nearly impossible. Rising prices, hefty down payments, and ever-increasing interest rates mean that even those who manage to buy are left with little room to breathe. The financial strain is constant, and the dream of upgrading to a better home feels more distant with each passing year. Many end up stuck in homes too small or unsuitable for their needs, unable to afford a better option. Families squeeze into cramped spaces, sacrificing comfort and privacy just to keep a roof over their heads. The idea of moving to a bigger, more suitable home becomes a luxury, not a realistic goal. The result is constant stress and dissatisfaction. Life feels on hold, housing stuck in first gear. Parents worry about their children's well-being, couples feel the strain on their relationships, and everyone wonders if things will ever get better. The sense of being trapped is overwhelming. Even after buying, there's no time to relax. The next financial hurdle is always looming. Mortgage payments, maintenance costs, and the fear of unexpected expenses keep families on edge. The security that homeownership once promised has been replaced by a constant sense of uncertainty. The promise of stability is gone, replaced by endless compromise and anxiety. Instead of feeling settled, many homeowners are left questioning their choices, wondering if they'll ever find a place that truly feels like home. For many, the housing journey is now a series of stressful, expensive moves with no end in sight. The dream of a forever home has become a distant memory, replaced by the reality of constant upheaval and uncertainty. The European automotive industry is a case study in high salaries and insecurity. Well-paid jobs at companies like Volkswagen or BMW should mean comfort, but the ground is shifting. The industry faces huge challenges: the shift to electric vehicles, global competition, and supply chain chaos. Job security is fragile. Restructuring and layoffs are constant threats. Even high earners are cutting back, feeling the pinch from rising living costs. The industry's own workers are now too price-sensitive to buy the cars they build. High salaries are just compensation for instability, not a ticket to a worry-free life. The gilded cage is shaking, and the cost of living keeps rising outside. Even the ultra-wealthy aren't immune to the paradox. Family offices managing billions offer huge salaries, over $350,000 plus bonuses, yet struggle to attract talent. Why? The jobs are demanding, the talent pool is tiny, and younger professionals want more than just money. Many prefer dynamic sectors over the conservative world of wealth management. Even with unlimited resources, you can't always buy solutions. Purpose and satisfaction matter too. Money solves practical problems, but not the human ones. If a massive salary can't guarantee happiness or stability at the top, it certainly can't for everyone else. The lesson: money alone isn't enough. So here's the paradox. High salaries no longer guarantee comfort or security. The cost of living, especially housing, is eroding the value of even the best paychecks. Renters face instability, homeowners are stretched thin, and first-time buyers are locked out. The forever home is a fading dream, replaced by constant financial stress. Even in well-paid industries, job security is fragile, and money can't buy peace of mind. At every level, other factors, purpose, stability, work-life balance, matter just as much as income. The old equation of high salary equals good life is broken. Today, a bigger paycheck just buys you a more expensive seat in the same struggling economy.